Welcome to DROD'S MMA and Boxing. Can Jorge Linares beat Anthony Crolla again for the second time in Manchester, England? And does lightning strike in the same place twice? That's the question, and that's also his possibility um, of doing it again the second time. It's going to be a lot difficult this time around. I feel like the first fight was a lot closer than what the judges had it. One judge had it 117, 111. I didn't see the fight 117, 111. 115, 113 was pretty decent score. So if the fights were that close, then I think that there's a strong possibility that Linares can lose again if they fight the same way they did. Um, Couple things to consider. One, the judges. Um, One of the judges was from the United States, and the other judge was from Panama, and one judge from England. Now, that kind of favored Linares because they weren't all from England and they weren't all European judges. He also favored that because I hate to say this, but one was from Panama and the other one had a Hispanic last name. So that may be the cause of him being able to get a better decision. And why the reason I bring that up is because when you're fighting in someone's hometown, not only does the crowd for you, not only is the referees for you, as you saw in that last fight. If you saw the fight, you guys should go check it. It's on YouTube. Just go and check it out for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But Linares had a hard time. Not only was he fighting Crolla, but he was also fighting the referee. It just so happened that the judges were not on the same side as the referee. So it'll be very interesting to see how this second fight play out, considering the fact that it's a different set of judges. And one thing we've noticed about boxing and judging is very subjective. For example, Triple G beat Daniel Jacobs. He was the aggressive fighter, and the judges saw him as the victor that night. Roman Gonzalez, the same night, almost the same type of style of fighting, Roman Gonzalez pushing his fighter back, he loses the fight. You also have Lamont Peterson. He's fighting Danny Garcia. He's running around the ring. He loses that fight to Danny Garcia, but Keith Thurman wins his fight. And Floyd Mayweather, he was the person he wasn't an aggressive fighter, but he ended up retiring undefeated. And so it's all subjective according to who's judging that night and who's the name of the opponent and the city they're in, and that's pretty much the bottom line. That's how subjective scoring is. So I'm not saying that Linares got the nod because he had Hispanic judges. I'm just letting you see that how easy it is for him to lose his fight the second time. Crolla has an aggressive style. And I keep saying Crolla because Crolla is probably how they pronounce it, but Crolla, I keep seeing the two L's in Spanish, blah, blah, blah. He has an aggressive style of fighting, and I feel as long as he's letting his hands go, and with that aggressive style, it can easily be perceived that he's winning the fight. It doesn't even matter if he's hitting all elbows or he's swinging in air. It just looks better. And one thing I learned from judging, I couldn't understand. I kept losing these fights, and I was like, why am I losing these fights? And then finally, someone pulled me to the side and said, "D, it's because of your angle. Because all the judge sees is you're on the ropes or you're being pushed back, and they only see the other person's back. So they have no choice but to score for him because he's the aggressive person. They see him initiating the action. They can't really see much, but they have to make a decision. They can't just not give any score. So normally the judges will probably score for the person who is pressing the action." And so I said, got you. It made sense to me. And so that's why a lot of times you see aggressive fighters winning these fights. Crolla's What I think Crolla has to do to win is basically he has to take Linares to the deep waters. Linares only been to the 12th round one time in his career, and that was against Crolla. And Linares actually got a little bit tired in that fight. He finished strong though, but I think that if Crolla can invest into the body and let his hands go more, and also wear his cup high like he did in his previous fight, wearing the cup high actually made Linares stop attacking the body and made Crolla it saved him basically. And I think if he do those type of things, he could pull off a victory again. One thing I noticed though, um, Linares, on the other hand, has the better power and the better puncher. He's the better puncher, speed. He's also got better footwork. Great. He's great to watch. I like looking at his head movement. Like watching his skills. And Crolla's strategy was just to push him around the ring and get in his chest and push us back against the ropes. Um, if the referee isn't impartial, I think that Linares' best chance of winning this fight is just to go ahead and knock Crolla out. He hurt him in the 6th round. He hurt him with a vicious body punch. And what happened was that the referee ended up saving Crolla by jumping in there and keeping Linares from knocking him out. I think that what Linares needs to do is he definitely needs to invest into Crolla's body, making sure Crolla is too tired. And he needs to let his hands go too. He's a faster fighter. When he's letting his hands go, it's blazing. The referee is, the judges, they're mesmerized by it. The audience is mesmerized by it. I believe he can steal the fight if he just let his hands go. And plus, he's the bigger puncher. It didn't seem like Crolla was able to hurt him with his punches, but it does seem like he has a great effect on Crolla when he let his hands go. That's what I think he should do. He needs to go ahead and let them hands go, and show his power. He's known for knocking fighters out. I don't think he should let this fight last longer and go to the decision, because I don't know if he will win if he goes to the decision. And that's pretty much my assessment of the whole thing. It's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be live. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be in Manchester, England. I'm starting to think that England is the best place to watch boxing because the fans are so live. You got the soccer chants, and it's a great thing to watch. I enjoy it myself. Y'all let me know what y'all think what y'all think about the analysis, and do y'all think that Linares has a chance of beating Crolla again in his hometown, Manchester, England? Wayne Rooney's going to be there. Um, it's going to be stars all over the place. This is D-Rod MMA and Boxing. Go ahead and subscribe.